Recording.
What about this? Dallas getting rid of Dak to pick up Tom Brady?
Yeah, we'll get into that. We're streaming.
Hey, we're streaming. Hi, stream.
We are live.
Don't worry. I'll promote it for you, Scott.
Thank you, John.
Jeez. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you can't get shit off the ground if you don't.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. I've been working on it for 10 years, but I'm still working on it.
For a long time, yeah.
I'm getting
ever since I've known you.
All right, and we are live streaming and in charge. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Doing good. How's everybody?
Where's Jones? I'm jonesing anyway. I don't know about y'all, but I'm fucking jonesing right now.
Is it
It's
football
only a
season
week.
yet?
It's only been a week. It's only
I
been
don't
a
give
week,
shit,
Eliot.
dude. I don't give a shit. Football runs through my fucking veins like the blood that occupies it. Okay.
Even after your San Francisco 49ers got punked on national TV in Super Bowl 54.
You know what? They didn't get punked as a team because I'm gonna tell you what. You remember that meme I put up on the web page, on the Facebook page? The one where he's telling Jimmy Garoppolo to shut the fuck up because
Hey, Katie.
he said Jimmy Garoppolo said, "Hey, we're like 27 points up," and you know he's like, "Yeah, that's what Matt Ryan said, and we lost the motherfucking Super Bowl."
Well, they only lost it.
But guess what? Go back to the game. Watch the first three quarters. They couldn't touch fucking San Francisco defense in the first three quarters.
Right.
What happened? I know what happened.
Shanahan decided to go back to his Super Bowl offense.
Oh, I thought it was Patrick in the Hall of Fame.
Passes and
at least you own it. At least you own it, man. That's
they
good.
were running. They were running the ball.
Yeah,
for
they
three
were.
fucking quarters.
They were.
Okay?
Yeah.
3 quarters they were running the fucking ball. Why do you start throwing? Because to me, 3 and out is a motherfucking turnover.
Yeah, Shanahan went retroed back to his Atlanta offense back when playing the Super Bowl. He did. The offensive game plan.
He went back to the 25-point lead in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Okay, and managed to lose that shit. The way that defense was playing, and I'm sorry, but his play calling or whoever the fuck was calling those plays in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Okay, that's the motherfucker that should be drawn in quarters.
Yeah, they let Mahomes run and pass nilly-willy on that defense.
But they were turning the ball over.
Yep.
On either 3 and out.
Yep.
Or downs. You know what I'm saying? Turnover on downs. They weren't moving the fucking ball. How does San Francisco move the ball with the fucking running game?
He's mad.
And if you ain't running, the clock's not running.
Damn, we should have actually streamed last week, man. It would have.
I'm telling you, you'd have been pissed. Man, by the time fourth quarter, we should have streamed the whole game. He'd been pissed off by the end of the game.
I mean, I've seen all these memes out here about the NFL rigged it so that because Patrick Mahomes apparently is now the face of the NFL, okay, and that the NFL did what they had to do, and they fucking made San Francisco this, that, and the other. Whatever, dude. Bottom line is, Shanahan fucked up.
Oh, yeah. And he owned that, too. He
just like his dad used to fuck up before Terrell Davis came along.
Well, now, but listen. Well, yeah, but you know what? Shanahan actually owned it after the game. He said, I screwed up. I made the wrong call on the wrong
He did. I understand he owned it. But the bottom line is that, you know what? He reverted back to the asinine play calling that he did in the Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Yes.
You got a 25 fucking point lead in the Super Bowl. And you fucking blow it. Why?
Dude, these are the most F-bombs dropped. These are the most F-bombs dropped on a Sports Nerd show in a long time.
And it's great. I love it. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Let me just say, the one thing – sorry, go ahead, Eliot. You got a lot of
pissed off. I'm just fucking pissed off because the coaching staff let the fucking team down. Okay?
And the 4 fans that were waiting for them when they got back from the airport, too.
Yeah, I saw that, too.
Let them down big time.
Damn, and I thought the Buccaneers had fair weather fans, John.
Everybody was disgusted with that. Dude, even that call on Kittle at the end of the half, that was a weak fucking pass interference call.
I agree.
Weak.
The OPI was weak, yes.
Can I just say something, though? Can I say something?
Yeah.
In the year that we've had with the lousiest officiating in the history of professional sports, I'm grateful that at the end of the day, the refs didn't determine that game.
No, they didn't.
Well, they kind of did.
No, because Elliot, time out. Hold on. Elliot, that one play did not decide.
No, but you know what? But that one play could have changed the complexion.
It could have changed the complexion. It could have changed the momentum. Yes, but
The horrible clock management
factor,
too.
because you know what? The determining factor was Kyle Shanahan stuck his head up his ass like he did in the fucking other Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he fucking blew a lead. Come on. San Francisco doesn't blow 10-point leads,
right,
man.
but Elliot, another thing is the time management at the end of the first half was horrific. The clock management made by Shanahan at the end of the first half was
that
horrific.
was pretty horrific too.
That was terrible.
Yes.
Horrible.
Dude, I ain't down on my 49ers. I'm just down on the motherfucking coach. And I hope John Lynch has a serious talk. You know what? John Lynch needs to fucking set him up as a tackling dummy. Okay?
Or at least paste his face on the tackling dummy so they can go after it.
No, put him on it. Okay? Let him feel some fucking pain.
Regardless, despite Elliott's disappointment, it was a great game, I thought.
It was a great game.
Yeah, I thought it was a great game.
That was enjoyable.
But you know what? The ulterior behind it, to me, that was fucked up. Because the referees had a hand in that game in some instances.
Okay.
Hey, Brett. Congratulations. Brett Murphy, the resident Chiefs fan in the house.
Overall, in the end, it was
Shanahan.
Playing his shenanigans.
Shanahan. The shenanigans were filled with Shanahans.
Shanahanigans. Okay, that's what they call them.
And guys,
because his father used to do the same shit.
Can I just say, Travis Kelce is a gift that just keeps on giving.
But all I can say is that there's 30 other teams in the NFL that can't have a hat with this on it.
Oh, that's right.
That's okay.
That's right.
That's okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And
I don't think anybody sitting here dislikes San Francisco. Maybe Katie does.
The only one here that hasn't been able to don a Super Bowl
are me.
In any way, shape, or form.
Who's that?
Oh, wait a minute. You've been to the Super Bowl.
4 times in a row. We haven't won them, but
trust me, I was rooting for them in all 4.
And I think Bob can talk some shit with his 5 trophies too. Okay.
6.
And that's just I'm just saying, Bob's
6.
Bob's in the mix.
6.
Okay, he could have 5 of these hats with different Super Bowls.
I'm the only one in the group that's never been to one, so I except for Tampa, but that was my second team.
You can't count
that's your default team.
That's my fallback.
That's your plan B. But
you know what? What did I just say? I rooted for Buffalo in all 4 Super Bowls. What does that tell you?
And we love you for it, sir. Cheers to you.
What does that tell you? That I am not necessarily a Giants fan.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Appreciate it. That was
the kick by Norwood. That shit fucking crushed me, dude.
It did me too, because I hated the Giants at that time. Hated them. It crushed me.
It didn't do anything to me at all.
No, nothing. Not at all. No.
It crushed me because I was the only motherfucker in the house that was a Buffalo Bills fan.
Army, how you doing?
I was having all kinds of fun.
Hello, Armando.
Fucking dogging these motherfuckers. They were all fucking Giants fans.
Well, no, Brett asked if we review Andy Reid different now. No, we don't.
Hey,
I don't.
Congratulations, Brett.
Yeah, I don't view Andy Reid any different because he was already a Hall of Fame coach in my mind before last week.
Very happy for him.
I'm very happy for Andy Reid because he finally got that monkey off his back, kind of like back in the day when Steve Young got that monkey off his back from being compared to Montana. But you know what? I love Andy Reid. I love him. He deserves it so bad. He deserves it so much, and I'm so happy he got it.
How did we win the first 2 games we won in the playoffs, where we blew the other teams out?
Running game.
Ran the fuck out of the ball.
Yeah, there's more fucks. All right, no more F-bombs. I love it. Go, keep going.
Yeah, keep going, man. These F-bombs are great.
And we did it for 3 quarters. And we
Great.
have them in chat.
It's great. I was going to go do a Bible study after. Well, I sing soul tonight, so great.
You get the guilt trip on your head.
This is my version of fucking real time. This is my fucking version. You don't necessarily hear me go off like this all the time.
I like it, man. It's kind of it's awesome.
But it's fucking bullshit that this fucking guy can commit the same fucking crime twice in 2 Super Bowls.
Well, he only gave up 10-point lead this time.
Anyway,
25.
It's your turn to talk about the Raptors, I guess.
No. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight before we get into the world champion Toronto Raptors that have won 14 in a row. Don't worry, we'll talk about that in a bit. But first, for everybody that wasn't aware, before we got started, there was a little debate going on because everybody's like, oh, the draft, the NFL draft is only a couple of months away. And Scott says, yeah, it's John's favorite day. I'm like, yeah, because I have a tradition. I watch the draft day movie, the Kevin Costner movie, every year the day before draft. That brought up a discussion that we're going to have with all of you fellow sports nerds in the audience. The debate is...
I've heard this discussion on sports shows. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Mike and Mike used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
Me and Scott are of the opinion that
I am with you.
And Bob, that Die Hard is the greatest Christmas movie ever.
Or that it just is a Christmas movie.
Eliot says it's not a Christmas movie because it was released in the spring. What say you, oh glorious nerds in the audience? I am interested to know your thoughts on that.
It could have been an Easter movie. Right? It could have been a fucking Mother's Day movie. It could have been whatever the fuck. It ain't no
Wouldn't have
Christmas
had the
movie.
same cons.
Christmas
It
movie.
ain't no motherfucking Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Don't at
Get
me.
over it. Home Alone? That's a Christmas movie.
See, Jen says it is. Jen Nieto says yes. Pixie says yes.
Is Jen? If Jen says yes, then it's definitely
that's done.
It's done. It's
Who?
finished. Jen, Pixie.
Jen said what?
Come on.
She agrees. She agrees. It's a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
Hey, somebody spiked her fucking dust.
Somebody spiked her dust. Brett says no.
Wow.
Armando says yes. 2-1. What do we got? I think Katie's
You know what? I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt the day I went to go see fucking Die Hard.
I wear shorts and a t-shirt for Christmas too.
And a motherfucking North Face duck down jacket. Okay.
Yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
And a motherfucking t-shirt.
It's a Christmas movie. Deal with it. Accept it.
No, it ain't.
Embrace it.
Embrace it.
Embrace it.
It has a Christmas backdrop. But it ain't a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
At the end of that movie, I just want to hug my family. That's all I want to do. I want to be around my family and hug my family at the end of that movie.
Just like you do on Christmas.
You guys are defaming some of the greatest Christmas movies of all time.
What, like A Wonderful Life?
Yes.
Like what? No, I'm not 87.
Miracle on 34th Street.
I'm not 87 years old.
Okay. Those are Christmas movies.
Elf.
Yeah, that's fine. Those are Christmas movies, but Die Hard is just
Die
as
Hard was
Christmassy.
not a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is.
As a matter of fact, did it even snow in Die Hard? No, because it was in LA.
It was in LA.
It was in LA. Of course it's not going to snow.
Die Hard 2, it
It
snowed.
didn't even fucking snow.
Yes, and Die Hard 2, it snowed.
Yeah, but nobody's claiming Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie.
No,
But
it's
it's
the
just
first
as
Die Hard.
Christmassy.
it's just as Christmas. It takes place during Christmas, but
And they weren't even a place that snowed. Come on, man, give me a fucking.
yeah, but see, Die Hard. Yeah, but see, Die Hard 2.
It's Christmas movie.
In my opinion,
That's like saying Kyle Shanahan is coach of the fucking year. Okay, fuck you. Fuck you, Kyle Shanahan.
Oh, that's good stuff. I don't care who you are. So the nerds in the audience have agreed with the three of us on cam that it is.
You're in the minority, Eliot. I'm sorry.
Okay. Eliot can watch Bah Humbug all he wants. Okay?
But minorities tend to rise. Rise above.
It's a Christmas movie.
Don't sleep on it.
Okay. Can I talk about my glorious Raptors?
You may
yet, or-
talk about your glorious Raptors, John. I'm not going to get in your way.
I want to prelude really quick.
Okay.
I want to prelude.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear a fucking thing about 14-game winning streak, regular season bullshit. Okay. Regular season bullshit.
Okay.
Because you know what? When the playoffs get here, that's when it says it all. You need to be able to hold that sign up after this season is over.
I'm just bringing it up now because they're the reigning champs.
I don't think you will. That 14 in a row will be a memory.
The 14 in a row, just fun fact.
And they're going to lose to Kawhi Leonard.
It is, yeah, and they lost Kawhi Leonard. Don't worry, I'm going to get into that, right? Okay, first of all, this 14-game winning streak is huge because, and this is why, out of all professional sports, Canadian teams, they are now tied for the longest winning streak in Canadian sports history. They're tied with the Calgary Stampeders, but no one gives a crap about the CFL.
Oh, so it's a Canadian thing. I definitely wouldn't understand.
Exactly. It's a Canadian thing you wouldn't understand. But it's an achievement because they're playing, who are they playing? Minnesota on Monday, tomorrow night, for 15. And that's a pretty good chance that they'll get it, which would give them the most ever.
Because Minnesota sucks.
They do. And I'm going to touch on that after my Raptors thing, too. Why is this so impressive? Because, first of all, at the beginning of the season, you had some blowhards, jackholes in the sports media that didn't even have the Raptors in the playoffs.
Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, no. I wouldn't have knocked them off like that.
Didn't even have them in the playoffs because Kawhi left. But anybody notice what the Raptors did before Kawhi even got there? The only guy that was in their way every year was LeBron. LeBron was gone.
Now I understand why you're so miffed.
Thank you. We have a team that's lost, I think, the 5th most minutes of playing time. We haven't had a full squad for more than 10% of the season. We have 2 guys that are averaging over 20 points a game right now over the past something, and they weren't even drafted. Okay? They were undrafted guys. Terrence Davis II, who got shit on. He's supposed to be in the Rising Stars game. They didn't give him any love.
Right.
And then we have Fred VanVleet, who is just the second coming of Kyle Lowry. Okay? This is amazing. And the American media, no offense to you guys, I love you guys. I love America. Heart.
Time out.
They don't give a crap. And the only couple of guys, Kendrick Perkins, and that's about it. Stephen A. Smith has shit on the Raptors since day one.
Yep.
You got that Nick Wright is just a da-nan-da-nan too. You've got all of these talking heads that have written off the Raptors, have never given – we're on a 14-game winning streak. We're the 3rd best record in the league, and we don't even have freaking Kawhi because Kawhi's a jackhole too. Thank you for listening.
Katie's marking her bingo
I
card.
gave you a fucking championship. What the fuck is up with that, yo?
Oh, yeah, I'm not mad at Kawhi. Kawhi does what Kawhi does. What I'm mad about is when people say that.
You are because you won't buy New Balance anymore.
I won't buy new. No, I definitely won't. I wouldn't. I was totally game to buy total New Balance everything if he resigned, but he didn't. So, no, I got 1 pair of socks, and that's it. That's all you get, Kawhi. 1 pair of socks.
What do you think of the trade? What do you think of that minor trade that the Lakers made for Andrew Wiggins?
No, it was Golden State.
Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, he was on Minnesota. Wasn't he on Minnesota, John?
Yeah, it's Minnesota. That's
Andrew
what I wanted
Wiggins
to talk about too.
Was he number 1 or number 2? He was the number 1 pick, right?
He was number 1 overall. Yeah.
Minnesota took him number 1.
I think it's freaking brilliant. I think it was the smartest trade in Golden State. I think fleeced Minnesota. Wiggins, D'Lo is whatever, right? And he wanted to play with Cat, whatever. Who cares? But the fact that Wiggins now goes to a team where he doesn't have to be the number 1 or even 2 or even 3 option.
He's going to be the 4th option on that motherfucker.
He is going to excel there.
Yes, agreed.
Watch, because he doesn't have to be the man.
Well, not only that, but look, he's going to have Westbrook. He's going to have Steph Curry, and he's going to have
Klay Thompson,
Draymond
Green.
Draymond Green.
Draymond Green. Yep.
I mean,
Privileging
Kevin
this kid.
Looney even at
And
center.
some
I
of
mean,
these youngsters they got.
He's
football, too.
going to have exactly the environment he needs to succeed because these guys are going to bring him along and teach him how to play winning basketball. It's a brilliant move by
culture
the
in Minnesota was not a winning culture.
You know what? And to be
Golden
honest,
State is a winning culture.
you know what? Didn't the Cavs draft him and trade him to Minnesota when they drafted him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because LeBron wanted Kevin Love.
Yes.
So yeah. Oh, don't worry. We'll talk about baseball. I'm sure we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Mookie Betts
all
because that deal has some
That
news from
was-
tonight.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank you, Boston.
Yeah, for real. Yeah,
Thank
big
you,
shout out to
The
Boston.
pitching staff in the Bronx would like to thank Boston
Yeah.
for unloading Mookie Betts.
Stupid. The guy was so loyal to Boston too, but we'll talk about that anyways.
Yeah,
It's just-
but no, John, I agree. I mean, the streak has been great. I've actually been kind of keeping up with the NBA a little bit, sort of in the morning because that's all we can go talk about anymore is NBA. And they have brought up the 14-game winning streak or the 13, and it's amazing because no one gave them a shot. And it's great to have them push it right back into the pundits because they were dissing the Raptors all this time.
we don't have a lottery pick on our team.
No.
This shows you scouting and development is so important in the NBA. It's so important, man. Like you got guys no one's even heard of,
Right?
that are putting up 20 points, 15 rebounds.
They're playing
It's
because they're playing as a team.
They're playing as a team. There's no egos. I mean, our top of the food chain big dog was 27th overall, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just shows you and this is what kills me is that the NBA over the past couple of years has been like a superstar driven league, right? And it's like they've forgotten about the team.
It's been a
and
click
the
league.
Raptors bring in this team element back. I love it. I absolutely love it. So big shout out to the Raptors.
It's a
Beautiful,
click league,
beautiful.
bro. It turned into a click league. Where they had
A what
little
league?
click going on.
Click.
Oh, Click League.
Click.
Yeah, and that's why Cat wanted D'Lo over in Minnesota. That's his best friend. Well, I want my buddy to play with me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Watch what that does for Minnesota. Absolutely nothing. Golden State is going to excel. Next year, they're going to be right there in the
Golden State's
conversation.
gonna be setting that kid up so much.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, man. And
And I'll tell you what, Andrew's going to love playing in Sacramento. Or in Oakland.
He's been given a new lease on life. Okay.
San Francisco now. They moved over.
Yeah,
to
that's
San
right. They moved to San Francisco now. That's right.
What's hilarious is Nick Wright, because he's just the biggest talking head out of life. I think him and Stephen A. Smith should get into a building together and punch each other a few times. He's like, Andrew Wiggins is a bad basketball player. That's what he said. And then he went on Twitter and said today that there's 175 better players in the league than Andrew Wiggins. I'm like, are you that dumb? Like, how it's just the stupidest thing in the world to say. Andrew Wiggins was thrown into a horrible position. That's it. It's got nothing to do with his talent. The kid's got hops and talent. Like, yes, okay, he does ISO stuff, and he's not going to put up 20 assists. But he's got, just like you said, Eliot, imagine Steph and Clay throwing it up for him and him just going up. That's what's going to be.
Yes.
And he's got a perimeter shot too. That boy can ball from the
He can put it up, man. So it's like it's perfect trade. Perfect trade for Golden State. I'm happy for them. I hope they destroy the LA teams next year because who cares about the LA teams? Yeah. So
especially the one that red, white, and blue, right?
specifically that one. I'm okay. Lakers were my team before the Raptors, so I have a love for the Lakers.
Well, I've got a soft spot for Lakers now because of Kobe, but that's just me. I would like to see them win it for Kobe, but if they don't, that's okay too. But I would just like to, just because of the sentimental value of that win. No offense to you, John, but Kobe's pretty big, And in fact, did you guys see a picture of Spike Lee tonight?
Yeah.
The Oscars are tonight. Spike Lee showed up in a Kobe Bryant tuxedo, purple and yellow, with a 24 on the back on his back. It was just amazing.
I don't watch that bullshit. You know why?
I don't watch them either, but
They're fucking award movies that I've never heard of and probably will never see.
Right.
You and me
And
both.
that's the pedophile ring of
And
all
if you watch
pedophiles.
it afterwards, you're like, this
They
movie
can have those
sucks.
awards.
Yeah, exactly. You watch the movie that wins the best picture, like, God, that was terrible. What the hell? So yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I don't support that crap.
No, and you're right, John. It's the pedophile ring of all pedophile rings. You are correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're all up there, thanking God, which is
Yeah.
hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So yeah, Katie, to get back on to go to the next subject. Katie, yes, the Mookie Betts deal did go through. Mookie Betts, oh God, what's his face? The pitcher I love to hate, David Price. We're traded to the Dodgers. That has gone through. I think the Twins added a different player into the mix, and that's why it went through, because the first one they went with did not pass the physical or medical issues, and so yes, David Price and Mookie are now in L.A., which is good because pitchers and catchers report in less than a week, which is probably a good thing.
Okay, so
Elliot, what do you have to say?
David Price went to the Dodgers, right?
Yes, correct.
I suggested all the fans that have season tickets in left field bring gloves. He went over David Price's pitching. Okay.
Dude, if the Dodgers don't win this year, it's time to reevaluate things.
And David Price was our bitch too.
When it comes, he kind of when they won the World Series, he kind of redeemed himself a little bit in the playoffs. But historically, he's been terrible in the playoffs. Historically, he's been awful in the playoffs. Just like Kershaw, he can't get the Dodgers to win because he chokes or he falls apart in the playoffs. So
yeah, it's like Kirk Cousins on Monday Night Football.
Correct.
No matter what you do, you can't win.
I know. The Red Sox, Katie, you're going to hate to hear me say this, are in rebuild mode. They are not going to compete this year. They're not going to be able to compete with the Rays or the Yankees in that division. And it's going to be a while.
Is that it? Is that it? Can we? The Sox are done now. Is that it? Are we finished?
I think
Boston's done this season. Yes.
I think Boston just handed the Yankees the AL East.
Well, we got our one pitcher that we signed in the offseason, so look out.
We only signed one, too.
Such a threat.
We only signed one, too.
Yeah.
Well, the inactivity of the Blue Jays can only be compared to the inactivity of the Cleveland Indians. They didn't do shit either. They only gave up their.
You don't play in the AL East, man.
No.
You don't have to deal with Boston and New York whipping out their schlongs to see who's got a bigger one every single year.
Remember that Bible study later, John.
I know. It's all because of Eliot. Now he's got me swearing and cussing and.
He's getting it out of his system now.
Thank you for listening. Yeah, I can't stand the AL East. Like the Jays should just go somewhere else. Like play in the Central or something. Play with the Tigers. How about that division?
Put them in that division.
Why not?
It's the same division as the Indians.
3.5 hours from Detroit.
It's the same division as the Indians.
4.5 hours from Cleveland. Makes sense. It's closer, but no, let's put them on the East where they're 7-hour drive from New York. 8-hour drive to Boston. That's more. It's so frustrating because it's you can't compete against these guys, and the couple of chances that you do get to compete, you got jackhole owners that. Oh, well, let's just not pay anybody and let's trade everybody. Oh, that Josh Donaldson guy, let's let him go. He's useless. We don't need him.
And Eduardo and Carcion, let him go.
Carcion, yeah, he's gone. Yeah, we don't need the parrots around here. Oh, yeah,
Joey Bats.
I agree, Armando. You want to know why? Because then I'm the biggest Rays fan ever. Bring back the Expos. I am so game for that. Give me something else to cheer
Well, it also helps Armando because not only does he live in Montreal, he also has a home down here in Tampa, so he can see the Rays all season long. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how many fans do you guys get? Like 4,000 maybe?
7,000 at the most, and a 40,000 seat stadium, and the stadium is terrible. The dome is terrible. It's a terrible place for baseball. Terrible.
Yeah.
Brett, I think the Indians are going to be okay. I don't think they're going to be great, but I think they're going to be okay. They're going to win a lot of games. They may make the
They're going to win the division because everybody else sucks.
Well, what about the Twins? The Twins won the division last year. So the Twins going to be the same. The Twins' bad batting is what. I mean, it was just amazing last year.
The Twins
had a bunch of nobodies.
The only way the Twins will ever succeed is if they don't play the Yankees in the playoffs.
Yeah, and the Twins, they came out of nowhere because they had a bunch of nobodies on the team, but they had amazing hitting last year, and that's why they won a lot of games. And I think the Twins, the teams I worry about in the Central are the Twins and the White Sox. Those are the two teams I worry about in the Central. The Royals, although they were great earlier in this decade, I don't worry about the Royals. I'm more worried about the Twins. And the White Sox right now. So, but I think Cleveland can still win the division. They're going to play a lot of games, and it's going to be fun baseball to watch because of who they have in their lineup, and the pitching is going to be the Achilles heel of the Indians. I think the relief pitching more than anything else is going to be the Achilles heel of the Indians this year. So, the Indians are the bright spot in Cleveland right now because they're the only winning team in the city. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, but the Cavaliers won a title more recently.
Right now, they're the only winning team in Cleveland. Right now, as of right now.
True.
Okay, the Cavs are still playing honorably right now, but they're not ready at all. As far as this trade goes, I mean, it's a 3-team trade. And the Dodgers, like you say, Eliot, if the Dodgers can't win the series now, can't win the championship now, adding David Price and Mookie Betts, they need to tear it down and build it back up again.
I wouldn't put too much stock in David Price, but Mookie Betts.
I wouldn't either. David Price is he's getting long in the tooth. His best years are behind him.
And he has Kershaw's, yo. He doesn't perform well in big situations.
John, Katie says the problem with the Jays is that they've got the concept down, but their execution is lacking.
Or no, it's more that they have the most money in all of professional sports and they refuse to spend it.
That too.
That's also a big issue. Don't get me started.
Brett,
started.
If you're not willing to spend, shit.
Brett says fix the trop in the city should let investors build hotels, and they should strike a deal with public transportation to get fans to the stadium. The problem is the trop, and the problem is the location. The organization doesn't want to play in the trop anymore, Brett, and that's just bottom line. They want to go they want to go across the bay into Tampa, where they have a better chance of getting fans into the stadium. With a retractable roof stadium somewhere in the Ybor City area, or they're going to move, and that's the way it is. So I don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, the Rays are a good product. I mean, they made the playoffs last year, but still they have one of the worst attendances in the major leagues. Not like Miami. Don't get me wrong, but still the Rays fans. The Buccaneers fans, they're all fair weather fans, it's terrible. The only solid fan base in Tampa is the Lightning.
Are they playing in Canada this year?
The Rays are supposed to.
No, they're not split between Canada and that did not go through, no.
It didn't go through?
No, that's as far as I know, they're not playing.
I thought it did.
What a bunch of dumb twats if they didn't do that, man. That would have been the smartest thing that franchise could have done in a heartbeat.
Well, I as far as I know, they're not doing it. That didn't go through. It didn't happen. Yeah, and Armando's right. There's only one big sports party in this team, and it's Fergs, and that's it. And they can build east of Tampa Bay. The fairgrounds are there. There's also an outdoor concert venue. Hard Rock Hotel is right there. That'd be a great place to try and see if they can build on there. But I don't know if there's land issues or what. But it's a difficult situation in Tampa because, I should say St. Pete, where the Rays actually play, because the organization and the city are in a battle. The lease is not up for several years from now with the Trop, and they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do because I don't know. Because again, it's a pretty strict, sticky situation because they're not getting fans to the park. They don't have the attendance. So
the only games they sell out is when the AL East shows up.
When the Yankees and the Red Sox show up, they have better attendance. Yes, you are correct. It's the Yankees and the Red Sox, and that's because of the snowbirds, and that's because of the transplants from up north. That's why it is. They even have better attendance when the Indians are in town too. So, but it's.
Yep.
And I guess Brett brings up the fact about the Mets thinking on selling the team. I could care less about the Mets. The Mets are terrible.
But you know what, man? The one thing that they need to get rid of in Tampa is them fucking cowbells.
Most annoying thing in the world, yeah.
Them fucking cowbells suck, dude.
Yeah, they're not exactly. Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, they put on some good shows, like between innings and stuff like that. I give them credit for that. But I give them credit for the freaking Stingray, whatever pond that they have in right field.
Yeah.
That's cool. But that stadium sucks, dude.
It does. It really does.
It is awful, dude.
Yes.
It looks like one of those old rodeo fucking grounds.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Didn't they used to play hockey in that motherfucker?
They did. The Lightning did play hockey in there a long time ago. Yes, you are correct. Yes, it was called the Thunderdome at that point when they played hockey in there. Yes, but that's going back 20 some odd years. Years they were in existence. So
that's just too bad, you know.
It is. You're right. Getting to that stadium sucks. It's terrible as far as getting to the stadium. There's not a lot. I mean, it's right in smack in the middle of downtown St. Petersburg, and it's horrendous. It's terrible.
And that's just a fucking puzzle in itself to get in and out of that motherfucker.
Correct. It is.
First time I went there, I got lost. I was going around in circles, dude, trying to get out that motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't. It's terrible. The traffic is awful, and just
the food is nasty and it's fucking high priced.
Yes. Yes.
So. It is high price no matter what sporting event you go to.
What's that?
I said food is high price no matter what sporting event you go to.
No, I hear that in curling it doesn't cost that
much. Wouldn't know. Don't go. Yeah, man. We done with the baseball talk yet or no?
Yeah. They had all the hot dogs for curling.
Since John was so given so much time for his Raptors, let me just say that Andre Vasilevsky has an 18-game point streak.
Who?
Tampa Bay Lightning, the goalie. All right. He is 16-0-2 in his last 18 games.
How did they do in the playoffs last year? I forget.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They got swept by the
Blue Jackets. Right.
Yeah, right. CBJ.
Yeah. Okay.
They are
wait a minute. Yeah, you forgot. They won the President's Cup, too.
They are third overall in points in the NHL. They have a 6-game winning streak, and they hit on.
And Columbus is coming for them.
This is Saturday, so last night. So Wednesday night, they played the Pittsburgh Penguins in Tampa, and they killed a 90-second 5-on-3 with no goals. This is a different team than last year, so we'll see how it goes. But I mean, it's still early. We're just out of the All-Star break, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm impressed with the Lightning so far. How's them Oilers and
I don't know. Go check the leading scorer in the league, and you tell me how the Oilers are doing.
They don't have as many points as the
Leading scorer in the league doesn't always translate into a good
correct.
Season.
Check the top 2 or 3 scoring
in the West. Yeah, well, they in the Western Conference are like 2 or 3 in points, so that's okay. It's going to be a fun season.
No,
it's going to be a fun playoff.
They were 1 and 2 for the longest time. They might be 1 and 3 now.
Yeah.
Let's take a look, shall we? Let's have a look. I like looking at stats like this. This always reminds me of how awesome it is to be a fan of, this team. Oh, look, they're actually number 1 and 2 in points.
Wow.
One's got 85. The next guy's got 81. Shocking.
As far as players are concerned?
Players.
Okay, well, we're not talking about players. We're talking about team
They
as a
got
whole.
the top 2 scorers in the league.
Yeah,
Basically.
that's
Yes.
Top 2 scorers in the league. That's saying something.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Put it in a nutshell. If we put it in a nutshell, basically, you know.
Yes, they're fifth in the conference, but it's because like the Pacific has got 1 or 2 points separating like first
Correct.
and like,
Yeah,
third. So
yeah.
They're fine. They won last night. They're fine. They're dandy. They're good.
They're good?
They're great. The Leafs, not so much.
Well, they start falling? Did they start falling?
They lost last night in overtime to Montreal, but it's like, they can't, like, the amount of talent that like the Leafs have on their team, there's no excuse why they shouldn't be blowing teams out like 7-3 every game.
Right.
Like it's insane. They have so much talent on the team. They can't.
Is it coaching?
No, they
Let's go
fired the coach. They got Babcock. This Sheldon
history.
Chief Keefe. He's good. He's a good coach. He's young. I think it's just they're young. They're all young guys on the team.
called
One
history.
dude is old, and he's old like 28. You know.
It's all about history, yo. History has never been kind to the Tampa Bay to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, they're having the crowd's having trouble with buffering issues. I'm wondering what's going on with as far as our connection to Facebook. I don't know what it is.
It's probably your computer.
It probably is my computer.
Even the computer misses football, yo. Come on, man.
And for those of you having buffering issues, you can always watch the replay. We'll have it up. We'll have it up after the show later tonight.
Yeah, we only got one person live right now. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, just out of the blue, switching gears really fast. Have you ever heard from Brian again?
Who?
Who? Yeah, exactly. Who?
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 Skeeter.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah,
not
saying.
even on social media anymore.
no, he's not even on social
I see
media.
Lynn every now and again post
Yeah.
a picture of a dog or a cat, but that's about it. I don't
He
see
just
it.
got off social media?
Just
He disappeared.
disappeared. Gonzo.
The
Well, I'll
last.
see him on. Like
I-
the little green light in Facebook.
I don't know what's going on. I haven't talked to him. I've reached out to him enough times to where he's not answering me back. So I gave up, which is sad because I miss him, but that's just me.
That came from like an RKO from Randy Orton from out of
Yeah, it did.
nowhere. Yo.
Yeah, it did. He just flat out disappeared. So it is what it is. It's all right. It's all good. But anyway, yeah, it's.
Anyway, let's move on to more happier things.
Let's.
On to more happier news.
Yeah. What about this XFL, guys? Have you anybody watched besides Eliot and I? Have either one of you watched it?
I haven't watched it.
You're missing out.
They had some good games yesterday and today.
Yes, the first weekend has been very pleasurable to watch.
And I know that I was reading
some
something
pretty good
just on the ticker that had some of the coaches and some of the quarterbacks and stuff. I said, I know these names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me.
Cardell Jones.
Yeah, Cardell Jones was the DC Defenders
Right.
quarterback. But
And
Landry
Landry Jones
quarterback
is on the Dallas team. Yes, Landry Jones is on the Dallas
on
team.
one of Bob Stoops.
Yes.
Matt McGloin is the New York quarterback.
Yes.
I was listening to ESPN today, and this is what they said. This is the last chance league. This is why these guys are going to be balling out, because this is their last chance to they can go to the CFL, but once you go to the CFL, unless you're Warren Moon, you're gone. You're Doug Flutie. You're out of sight, out of mind.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said, they changed some of the fucking crappy ass fucking rules they had. Remember when they started it the first season, fucking kickoffs, you had two guys running from opposite directions, and whoever got to the ball first won the kickoff.
Well, no, they were actually on the same. They were actually right next to each other. And whoever got the ball first got the ball. I like the kickoff in this league better.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. When I first saw it, I was like, "What the fuck are they doing?" And then they explained it, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
But it's set up that way to prevent
the full
impact of running down the field in the hits. Basically, what they do is the defending team lines up on the 30-yard on their own 30-yard line. the team kicking off lines up on their own on that 5 yards apart on their 35-yard line.
Yeah.
And then there's only one player in the back, it's the kicker, that kicks the ball. The ball has to actually travel past the 20-yard line, or it's a penalty and the ball is put to 45. But it's basically designed to encourage better kickoff returns, as well as preventing
it's a short
injuries.
distance between the kicking team to run, so it's not as impactful as if they're starting 40 yards earlier.
Correct. And there's no extra points. The point after is done from the 2, the 5, or the 10, and you get 1 point from the 2, 2 points from the 5, and 3 points from the 10, depending on which way you want to go for the conversion. And it's great. I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, it doesn't give me my fix for NFL because it's not the same quality, but it's not bad football. It really isn't.
No, it's not bad football. The only thing is it's unknown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of unknowns because we don't know half.
There's been a lot of big players and commentators from the NFL saying it's really encouraging. It's really good. Collinsworth likes it. Troy Aikman even gave it a big positive review on the sidelines of this Dallas game that's going on now. So,
they're bringing in named coaches too. You know,
not only that, they got Bob Stoops, Jerry Glanville, like I said, and all that. But it's being broadcast on Fox and ESPN and ABC. So they got major networks doing this, not like TNT or the Nashville Network or wherever it was on last time.
There's a huge gap that they're fulfilling here. This is the dead time for football fans.
Right, and their championship is actually going to be in April, so there's still going to be a gap, but
but it's not as significant.
It's still football in the spring, which is amazing.
Yes.
And if they can do some sort of semblance of having decent football, it might actually work this time a little bit.
Well, not only that, but these guys are playing. These guys that are playing in the XFL have a goal of showing their talent so they can get picked up like a undrafted free agent by NFL teams too. So this is a leap for this is a launching point to the NFL for some of these players that can show off their talent in the XFL. It's not going to be just that league and that league is all they're going to play in. The XFL is going into this knowing that some of these players may get picked up by the NFL. They know that.
What about this crazy idea? This is just, and if I was the NFL, I would probably look at something like this. This is just me shooting the poop here, okay?
Yeah.
Why not finding some way to merge, like the XFL and the CFL? You'd have two type of unique football games, but that's a league, and it's a feeder system for NFL teams.
Yeah.
First of all, CFL rules will not apply to the goalposts.
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but the CFL would bow down. The CFL will bow down to the NFL.
There will be no 25-yard fucking end zones.
The CFL would. I'm just saying they would bow down to the NFL. If the NFL put money into this developmental league, and each team in the NFL had a farm system where they could bring dudes up, and just like the NBA, look what the G League's done for the NBA.
And that is what I keep saying.
In minor league baseball too.
They kind of make this where it is a developmental league for the NFL. It just might work.
It would be great.
Yes.
And I think
that would be fantastic.
And the NFL is making enough money where they can finance this whole thing. I mean, they're making a shit ton of money.
Listen, the CFL has enough money. Okay, the CFL is a gate-driven league, so they get people going.
You don't think the NFL has a little tiny hand in the whole XFL thing? Are you serious?
I think that they could do a lot more.
I'm just saying.
Sure, they have anything.
They got their hand in there somewhere. Okay, and the better it gets, the bigger the handprint, the bigger the footprint, rather. Okay, so.
Yeah, well, you don't want the NFL controlling the XFL. You don't want them controlling it.
No, not at all.
No,
Vince McMahon would not let that happen.
Oh no, he won't. But Andrew Luck's father is the commissioner of the league.
Oliver?
Yes. And Oliver Luck, I think, or whatever his name was.
Yes, Oliver Luck.
And the thing of it is, the way the XFL approached it this way is because the first time they came to the league, they did it really
They knew
quick.
nothing.
Within a few months, they had a league up and running, and they were playing games, and they had no idea what they were doing. This time, if you remember, McMahon announced this in 2018. So they've had 2 years.
He said, I'm doing it right. He said, I'm going to try to do this again.
Yeah.
But he said, watch. He said, I learned a lot the last time, and I'm going to do it right this time.
But he took 2 years to develop and get everything in place to have a system and like an off-season thing and an OTAs and try to get this league up and running the right way. This has a chance to be the USFL, only they won't compete against the NFL in the fall like the USFL decided to do. They want to stay in the spring. It has a chance of succeeding, and I hope they do. They've only got 8 teams, but there's no reason why they can't expand. I heard one commentator say they should put a team in Canton and make them play in Canton to make it more for inspirational play. Inspirational.
I think the whole intent is that they're going to play. I think the season ends before the draft, right?
See, I think the season ends just before the draft or right at where the draft is, yes.
Yeah. So basically that's just that gap between the Super Bowl and the draft. Okay. And then pretty much after that, you look at what? 4 months?
2 months. With 2 months when training.
Well, when they start with the OTAs and all
correct.
that. Yeah.
Training camps open in July.
But that's actually kind of genius. It gives people their football fix.
Yes.
That people that say,
Dude,
I miss football. Let me watch some football.
Yes. Ricky Prohl's son's playing, yes.
Ricky Prohl. Remember Ricky Prohl?
Yeah.
That played for the Cardinals and he played
also,
for the
one of the guys that were who is it? God, who is somebody else? I can't think of. There's another kid, I think on the same Rams team, I think, in fact.
Remember who the first star, who the first legit star came out of XFL, the first one?
Tommy Maddox.
He hate me.
Remember He Hate Me?
Yeah.
And Tommy Maddox.
Yeah, Tommy Maddox was in the XFL. You're right, Bob. And he came in and ended up being a starter for Pittsburgh for a while, yes.
Yes, he did.
So it is kind of like a training ground.
Yes, and XFL is going into this knowing completely that's what it's going to be.
I bet you Vince McMahon spent a lot of time consulting with the NFL before he went further.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Right. I mean, because he isn't trying to compete with the NFL.
Correct. He doesn't want to compete with the NFL. He wants it to be, on its own, free straight,
I mean, come on.
Right.
Hey, who would ever thought that Vince McMahon could get wrestling on national primetime
on Fox
television? On Fox. Dude, ESPN. They're even infiltrating ESPN, dude.
Yes.
They're fucking cereal boxes now.
Yes. Yeah.
They're everywhere. It's become a cultural phenomenon. Longest running episodical TV show in history.
The kickoff game on ABC yesterday averaged 3.3 million viewers. That's huge.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is what, week 1?
Yes.
Week 1.
Yeah, and the XFL when the XFL came out in 2001, they had a good first weekend as well. But then attendance and viewership dropped off because it was just too gimmicky and it wasn't doing well.
And the quality
this is closer to what real football is. How they developed it. It's not going to be, the showboating, and it's not going to be the in-your-face stuff.
What Vince McMahon was trying to accomplish was basically merging or fusing his WWE style with football.
And it didn't work.
It didn't work. That was a flat-out bust. Okay. But now I think he's been guided better. He's probably done his homework. He's had.
You also got to remember that was the Attitude Era too, Eliot. So that's what was more. It was more.
That was 19 years ago, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
It was 2001, and it was more the Attitude Era of WWE. Now
Vince was still in his 50s back then.
Yes, he was, and this is more. He put it more of a real football feel to this, and it's not bad football. I mean, it's
And it's running.
It's not NFL caliber, but it's not bad football. It really isn't. I mean, there's been a lot of great players, and just it's been exciting. It really has.
St. Louis won. Yep.
Yeah, St. Louis won 35-9. Holy cow! Oh, it's 15.
35.
15-9. Sorry.
15-9. That's what I thought. You know, the over-under for this game was 52.5.
Yeah, I think the under guys that bet the under are pretty happy tonight. And if you're but of course, if you're betting on the XFL, you have a problem. You need to seek help.
Well, I mean,
did have an
you got
XFL
people out there playing. There's fantasy leagues
in
out there.
2001 whenever they were playing.
Yeah, Jesus, there's fantasy leagues for XFL, for Christ's sake.
Look,
that's disgusting.
If this thing goes to 3 seasons, I might consider. You know what I'm saying? Let me learn about the league and some of the players.
Well, if they make 2 or 3 seasons, that's when they can look at expansion. And they got more money under their
If it makes it to next year, I am in. And
John's like, oh, give me a break.
I might start watching some of this football.
Dude, you guys are just so like amazed that there's another league.
He doesn't get
As
ESPN,
Canadians,
so he wouldn't
we are used to crappy football. Okay, we know that this stuff is just going to have its market, and it's going to have, but it's never going to be, ever going to be a replacement or even a fraction of the quality you get at the NFL.
And it's not. That's the point. It's not meant to be.
But
it's
not
meant to be.
But that's the argument I've heard about the CFL too for you. Oh, it's a different game. It's a different game. It's a different game. It's a different game. It's Canadian. It's unique. It's like, oh, who cares? Can't stand it. I can't stand shitty sports.
I think we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But I guarantee you, the best route they should go is a way to become a farm system for the NFL. That's when.
Well, that's basically what they're doing, because they end their season before the draft, okay, and they basically are showcasing their players to the NFL.
Yeah,
I'm
saying a farm system, like the Dallas Cowboys have the Dallas She-Hawks or whatever. What do they call it? The Thunderhawks or something? Like, I don't even know what the name of these teams are. Like,
Armando says that XFL should play in smaller teams. They are playing in smaller stadiums.
They are. The DC game yesterday looked really good. Like, even though the crowd wasn't there, that's like a really good. Like,
well, they played at the old Texas Rangers Stadium.
Today in Dallas, yes. Yeah, in Arlington, yes. They play the old Texas Rangers Stadium is where they played today. Now, I will say this: St. Louis plays in the dome where the Rams played in, and the Tampa Bay team will play at Raymond James only because there's no other stadium in the area that's really available to play in. But most of these teams, and again, the LA team is playing at FedEx Field, the New York team is playing in FedEx Field. But a lot of these teams are playing in smaller college type, not college, well, smaller stadiums. I'll just say this. The Houston team plays at the University of Houston. So they are not playing in the great big stadiums that the NFL players are in, with a couple of exceptions. But, they don't expect –
what did we all have to do before we started walking?
Crawl.
Exactly.
Yes.
See, I think Vince was trying to make too much of an impact.
Correct.
The first time around.
Right.
And now he's doing it from a educated level.
Correct. Well, Brett says Raymond James ain't small.
Fantasy football 2021, I am in.
Look, if you got this league on 3 major sports networks, that's got to say something.
Yes.
Somebody's buying into this.
When you got ABC, Fox, and ESPN all in, that's a great start. It really is. I mean, they've got a lot
they don't go into anything to fail.
Kurt Menefee called play-by-play yesterday on that DC game. That's their head guy on Fox Sports. Hosts the pregame show on Fox.
Yes.
So I mean, Kurt Menefee's in. So I mean, they got really good.
They're trying to do it right.
Yes.
And
as they grow,
makes me excited.
Correct. And as they grow, they may get more fans to go to these games. I mean, right now they're not going to.
I know nothing about it as of right now, except for what I have heard since I have been on this show tonight. But I am pretty damn excited about this.
You know, I mean,
It should be.
It's gonna be. I mean, they're probably only gonna fill lower bowls in most of these stadiums because it's just not as popular as the NFL. It never will be. But it's not bad. McMahon is doing it right. Him and
Play in the
Oliver Luck are
MLS
doing it right.
stadiums. I agree. That's the best thing you could do. MLS stadiums are perfect. Perfect size.
MLS.
He's letting himself be guided this time instead of thinking he knows everything.
Dude, every time I see that XFL logo, I think it's a Bills logo, man. Like, do a quick take. I'm like, Bills? Like,
I don't know. I'm rooting for it to succeed.
oh, I want to see anything succeed.
Because that 2 months between the Super Bowl and when baseball starts, there ain't shit.
Except for basketball, hockey,
Who follows those? Who follows those religiously?
Everyone. The majority of Americans are diehard basketball people. Not so much hockey.
I don't watch basketball until the playoffs start, man.
Oliver Luck, I think. Did Oliver Luck come from the NCAA guys?
No.
I don't know. Who I don't know. I mean, I know he's Andrew Luck's father, but that's not the reason why he's so famous. I think he was in the NFL. I think he was in the NFL for at some point in time. I think.
Yes, he was. He was backup quarterback for the Houston Oilers.
Okay. All right.
And he was backup for
Dan
the Baghead.
Pastorini?
For Archie Manning?
Pastorini, right?
Behind Archie Manning.
Okay. So Oliver Luck is a football guy, so yeah.
Archie Manning.
Archie Manning was with the Oilers late in his career. Yes, he left New Orleans, went to Houston. But Oliver Luck is a football guy, which is great because he's the commissioner. Whereas the first incarnation, Vince McMahon ran the whole show. Oliver Luck's running the show.
They got legit people, man. And they got some legit rules to make it not seem. They're not trying to. How should I say? Cookie cut the NFL, basically.
Kevin Gilbride is a head coach in the XFL.
Yep.
I mean, Kevin Gilbride is.
That's pedigree right there.
Giving these guys opportunities, man, that otherwise they wouldn't have.
Exactly. I mean, they have.
Dude,
they're doing it right.
Joe Horn is a wide receiver.
Yeah, Joe Horn. Joe Horn Jr. Yes. Little Joe Horn.
He used to play for New Orleans.
No, that's Joe Horn's kid. No,
he was balling.
No, that's Joe Horn's kid.
Oh, is this a kid?
That's his kid. Yes.
Yeah, it got to be his kid. He played 20 years ago. Yeah, that's his kid.
All I remember about Joe Horn is the fucking cell phone that he hid in the fucking
yeah, for sure. But when was that? 2002?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Between that and Terrell with the Sharpie, those are two of the best moments in football, yo. And they both paid a heavy price for that.
So.
But that was when Egley was commissioner.
When football's going on, you know what I'm saying? You guys can't say, shut up, man. We're so far behind you. Right there, baby. You ain't behind me no more.
He was an executive for the NCAA. Okay, well, still he's a football guy, Brett. That's what matters. He's not Vince McMahon. He's an actual football guy. So that makes it a little more legit.
Hey, do the guys that were inactive, do they get a Super Bowl ring?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel sorry for Shady. I want to make sure he gets a ring.
Oh yeah, he's going to get a ring. Yeah, every person in the organization, from the owner on down.
Janitors.
Yes, they get rings. Yes. Granted, they're not as glamorous or as gaudy as the players might get, but they still get rings.
But they'll give them a replica. That's what they'll do.
Yeah. Everybody in the organization gets one.
It's actually a contest the Raptors started today. You actually get a real ring. They have one. They're giving it out. One of their championship rings. It's a prize.
One of the ones from this past year?
Yeah, the big ones that look like the size of your palm. Yeah. Designed by Drake.
They look like fucking baseball.
Yeah, they're huge, man. They're insane. Nice. Useless Raptors propaganda. You know I got to keep it going. Average XFL salary is $55K. Shit, they're doing better at life than I am. Damn.
Me too. They're doing better than me.
Let's go, man. Let's do it. Andrew Wiggins. That's what I wanted to talk about. I can cross it off because I talked about him.
Yes. What else do you want to talk about?
I don't have anything else.
Wait, whoa, time out. What happened about Dak Prescott being?
Oh yeah, did you hear about this? The rumor mill is going crazy. Started by none other than Michael Irvin. That the Cowboys are looking to tag Dak Prescott and then trade him for Tom Brady.
Let me get
How
my
can they trade a free agent
now. Before
they're going to sign. They're going to trade him and sign. Excuse me. They're going to trade him and sign for Tom Brady. I meant
Okay, I was about to say.
Before anybody gets their panties in a bunch, mark my words. Tom Brady will retire as a New England Patriot.
Well, yeah.
He is not going anywhere else. Yeah. End of story. Yeah. Media is making up shit because it is
stir the pot.
And they don't have anything else to talk about.
How bad did
story?
Well, how bad did Tom Brady troll the entire country with that Super Bowl commercial last week?
It's not though. It's.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he had this, you know, suggestive ad come out, post on his Instagram account, okay, making people think like he was done. And then all of a sudden, bam, here comes the Super Bowl, and it's a Hulu ad. So how bad did he troll the country?
Can he just, like, go away?
I wish he would. I wish
he
would.
Too.
Just, you're done. You're not winning anything.
Yeah.
Ever again. Like, just, you're done. Just call it.
XFL on.
It's over already. You missed it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, the game is over.
Yeah, you gotta end before the Oscars start.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah, that's why it started at 5. Unbelievable.
That's just uncanny. What are we going to talk about now? Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Was he the last pick?
Did you see the meme I put up? His regular season, he was a Ferrari, and then he was some piece of shit fucking hoopty.
A Pinto in the playoffs.
Yes.
Patriots should have kept. They couldn't, Brett. There was no way. There's no way they could. There's no way they couldn't afford it. Like Jimmy G was going to require, and they're not going to pay him a starter salary to sit behind Brady.
No, they're not.
There was no way they were going to keep him. So trust me, I am not a Patriots apologist, okay, by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's pretty clear that they can all go right off in the sunset. But there's no way you can keep him.
Isn't Edelman a free agent too?
Who?
I don't think Edelman is. I think Edelman's got 1 or 2 years left on his contract. I don't think Edelman's a free agent.
Well, I mean, the Lamar Jackson thing. I mean, it's like, look, he just showed once again, just like Michael Vick, that you can ball out in the regular season, but when the playoffs come around, totally a different story.
Yeah, playoffs are a different level.
Because they fucking ran into a fucking Tennessee team that wasn't losing to anybody except for the Chiefs.
Right, and Tennessee decided they were going to run the ball and run it down their throats and maintain their possession and keep the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hands. But the defense still managed to bottle him up. It just, when you get into the playoffs, it's like hockey. It's a total different level.
Hockey.
Yeah. So.
And the Stanley Cup is still the hardest trophy to get in professional.
Yes, agreed.
Far and away.
Agreed.
It's grueling.
I mean, I think hockey players are the best athletes of all the big 4 sports because of just all their skating they got to do. The cardio is up there. The cardio is
well. Yeah. No, I'd say soccer. I'd say soccer.
Well, that too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's not part of the big 4, but yeah.
Dude, I couldn't even skate for 30 minutes without my legs.
Oh, dude, that's like everybody's like, oh, why don't the shifts last long, dude? I used to play like quality hockey when I was younger and I wasn't a fat ass. And it literally 30 to 45 seconds, your legs, if you're going full tilt, you're breathing, your heart rate's
going. You got all that equipment on?
You got all this equipment on. Dude, if you went a minute, you're gassed. Like, dudes, we used to have guys that skated so hard that they would come to the bench and throw up.
Yeah.
Because that's how hard they were going.
Yeah.
It's no joke. And you think, oh, you're just gliding. No, you are moving your whole body.
I think it's crazy.
Because that guy have a heart attack. That's why.
Yeah. I think it's crazy the way the game moves on the fly, because there's no other sport where you're changing constantly. People coming in and out on the fly while play is still happening.
Oh,
you know
man, it's intense.
It's not a dead ball thing.
No, yeah.
And that shit is just crazy, yo.
You know what's crazy? If you guys watch, icing, right? So you can't change if you ice the puck. That's why some coaches have to call timeouts when they ice the puck and the team couldn't do a change, because the guys are gassed. Like they're just, it's another level. I agree. I think every sport is like, I think soccer, especially if you're like an attacker, a midfielder, you're running all the time.
Right.
Like the defenders kind of can sit back a little bit in soccer, but that's a tough ass sport to play too.
Agreed.
Anywho, thanks for listening.
Yep.
This coming Friday will be a year since I had my neck surgery. And a year later, it hurts worse than it did a year ago.
Is
that a sign you need no surgery?
I have all kinds of pain right in here and down back here.
That's just all.
And then certain positions that I sit or stand in, this whole area tingles.
Dude, I don't know. I guess it's just an age thing, but like I saw a meme on Facebook today that talked about if you sleep on a pillow wrong, like you're done for the day. Yeah,
because you get a you can't. Your neck is done. Yeah.
And man, I get like I stub my toe and I'm out of commission. I don't know how you guys get like constant pain get through a day, man.
Yeah.
It's like a whole lot of Advil.
Yeah. It's pain all day long, man. But you know what? It is what it is.
I'm getting old.
Yeah, Armando, that is very true. It's very true. As Canadians, we literally learn to skate before walking. I actually have pictures of me 2 years old. Obviously, I knew how to walk, but my parents had me on skates 2 years old. Like, just...
I can believe it.
Skate. Go skate. Fall over a couple times. You should probably wear a helmet because you're going to smash your head, but hey, go ahead.
While you're at it, go pick up that steak.
Hey, other than my surgery, my get the cancer off my nose thing, the only other stitches I ever got in my life was playing hockey. I smashed my elbow, and dude, like it didn't hurt at first. Like I was just like I kept skating.
You're right, it doesn't hurt, but then you realize, boom.
But this is like everybody was just they stopped and looked because it was gushing. Like right there. Yeah. And it was just the entire ice was, and I'm just like, what's wrong, guys? And everybody's just staring there like, holy crap, you're going to die, man. You know, gush of blood.
Yeah. I mean, I've had stitches on my chin, stitches on my knee. But it doesn't hurt at first.
No.
But then, afterwards, when you the longer you go, the pain kicks in. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah. I looked down. I didn't even see the cut. My whole jersey was just drenched, man. Just
Jesus.
Blood everywhere. It was. And this is hockey, though. Like, hockey guys get dude, Clint Malarchuk got his throat cut open and just did this. Skated off the ice.
Yeah. He's a hockey player.
Players are wired differently, man. They're weirded.
You gotta have big brass ones to play hockey.
It's so physical because you're slamming guys into boards. You're skating for 2-3 minutes at a time. It's just brutal.
You know why they fight all the time? So they can get in the penalty box and get a rest.
Probably.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, you got 5 minutes, 10 minutes misconduct.
Yeah. They just want to time out.
It's crazy. It's absolutely.
And they're gonna kick somebody's ass on the way to it.
Yep.
Well, this is the funniest thing. Like, if you guys follow, the Battle of Alberta was really hyped up the past couple of weeks. So. The big fight happened. It was Kachuk against our dude. Jeez, I forget his name now. Zach Cassian. Zach Cassian and Kachuk were talking back and forth for weeks, right? Like, oh, this guy's this and this guy's that. They fought, so they hated each other. But after they fought, they like tapped each other on the shoulder. Okay, it was peace. The teams still hate each other, but there's no, like, they fought. They got it out of their system. I don't get why people are so anti-fighting in hockey. It polices.
It's part of the game. They police themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't take runs at Connor McDavid if you had Zach Cassian that's going to take your head off.
Right.
I was like,
now, I remember back in the day, there was a fight every 2 minutes. Yeah.
Because if anyone went after the star player, that's the goons knew what their job was.
Dude, the Flyers and the Islanders used to get into some brawls. You know?
Yep.
Flyers, yeah, man.
They hated each other, man, with a passion. And they went after each other with all that passion. They had some brawls you wouldn't believe, dude. Guys getting majors and minors and all kinds of shit. Bro.
Army's asking about the Kansas and basketball brawl. Was anybody suspended? Yeah, there were suspensions. Some guy got suspended for like 12 games. It is just in the one guy that got suspended 12 games. The school itself has said he's suspended indefinitely until they decide it's okay for him to come back. So yeah. Just a quick highlight yesterday, North Carolina and Duke played like they always play every year. And North Carolina had a lead the entire game until the last seconds of the regulation, where Duke come back and tied it. And then they won it in overtime. Carolina sucks this year, but they had this game and they just gave it away. It was terrible. But that's all right. I just wanted to bring that up because I know how much everybody hates college sports. John.
College basketball.
Whatever. You guys know my rants about
I know. We know. That's why we don't talk a lot of college on this show, because we know you're just going to go off on your rant. It's like, oh, they're exploiting the players, yada, 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 yada.
I'm just glad y'all don't talk race car shit no more either.
Thank God, yeah, man. Oh, dude,
no, we're not going to talk NASCAR. I will watch the Daytona 500 next week, but that's the last race of the year I will watch. It's the first race and the only race I will watch. I am so over NASCAR. It's so terrible. It's bad. It's just god awful. And it's just, yeah.
It's not a sport.
Well, you drive it. You go 200 miles an hour for 3 hours and see how dehydrated
you'll be. Hot. You'll be hot.
And dehydrated.
You'll be dehydrated. You'll be hot. Yeah, but it's like when guys do like horse stuff and they say it's a sport. It's like, no, you're 20 pounds and you're riding on an animal.
Horse racing, yes.
So, John.
Hi.
Was you supposed to call out Scott for his lack of passion in advertising?
Oh, nice. Nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's do that now.
Elliot,
we've gone past NASCAR.
I just wanted to end the show. I wanted to end the show on a high note.
Perfect. Yes, let's do that. Okay. I need Pixie here because she's having trouble, or else she would back me up.
She dropped out.
Yeah. Scott, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. You're freaking killing me. Like, you could take this. There's such a market for this. Not only on Facebook and Twitter. You know the blockchain. Steam is there. There's a market for this. We got guys that are like huge whales that are huge into sports that are always watching this show when I throw it up. Dude, like, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's and the I'm tired and this, dude, I have 2 kids that are one's 2.5 and one's under 9 months old. I know about tired, okay? I sleep maybe an hour a night. Anybody can do it. We need to get you motivated to send people to this show so it can grow. Thank you for listening.
With the connection problem, so that's something we got to look at getting fixed too. So
that's just Facebook acting up tonight, man.
Okay. Yeah. It's not my computer. My computer is fine. I mean, but it is what it is. So yeah.
Was that okay, Eliot? Was that okay? Yeah.
No, because you didn't blast me as much as you wanted you to blast me, but that's all right.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna make you feel awkward.
I wasn't looking for him to blast you. I was looking for him to put you on
Front
bring
Street.
it down to the carpet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that you can know.
Yes,
that
I'd love to
there are
have
people out
25 to 50 people at a time watching this show. I'd love it.
You can have it. I guarantee if you set up a plan,
If
a
you
promotional
build it, they will come.
They will come. They will. I dare. There's a market for this. Okay, just us four's Facebook friends alone, enough people will be like, "Oh, we want to hear what they have to say." I have dudes that said they wanted to join in every Sunday, but they don't hear about it all week, so they're just like, you got to build it up. You got to build it up. You got to build it up. You got to build it up.
I do have one friend that will
schedule posts on Facebook.
She doesn't ever say anything. She doesn't even follow sports, but she comes and supports us just about every week. Her name is Missy.
Hi, Missy. Eliot? No. Okay. Get it?
I don't know if she's here or not right now, but she does come just about every week. Because she is a friend of mine, and this is what I do.
Absolutely. And that would be tenfold. I guarantee you.
Hey, look, Lamar Jackson 1.0.
He doesn't even know anything about sports.
1.0. See, Brett would push it. We got to push it, Scott. Let's go, man.
Agreed, Army. We need the old game from MSN. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. And Brett, no, I did not hear about Shannon Sharp calling out Jarvis Landry. I could care less what Shannon Sharp has to say about anything.
Shannon's awesome.
Oh, come on.
I love Shannon Sharp.
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
come
he
on.
hangs out with Skip. Fuck Shannon Sharp.
Him and Skip both are just
come on, Skip.
Yeah.
Skip. Come on, it's great.
I love Shannon Sharp. He makes me laugh.
He's great. He's fantastic.
I agree. I was waiting for him to retire for 2 years so he could become an announcer.
I mean, God, the mouth is just
Skip.
I love him.
God.
I love him. I love him. I love him.
He's great.
Yeah, I need to get off my ass, and I think
Yeah.
I think it's coming. So just bear with me on it.
Yeah.
You know what? Like I was saying before, you can set up advertisements in Facebook and schedule them to be posted at certain times of the day. The same fucking ad. You can have it posted in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. You can schedule it and repeat it every single fucking day. Yo.
You can target ads into Facebook. Grumpy 50-year-old men who can't stand that there's no NFL and want to rant about it on Facebook. You can target it to that audience.
And they want to spit. And they want to spit on the XFL because it has the nerve to try.
How dare you? Scott?
All right, guys. It was a great show. Thank you very much for coming in. 14 in a row. Go Raptors.
Going for 15 tomorrow, baby.
Against a hapless Minnesota team.
Oh, before we go?
Yes.
Fuck Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah!
All right. Well, I'll be posting this up on the blockchain here before too long. I'm also on my YouTube channel. John,
well, in that case,
on behalf
fuck you.
On behalf of Big E, Eliot Lamba, John G. Olson, and Bob the Beer Man, I am the Sports Nerd. We are the Sports Nerds. Thanks for watching, and we are out.